Phoenix and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
This is Carefree, Arizona Mayor John Crane. You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show, hosted by Carefree's favorite son, Vince DeLisio, who was just awarded Carefree's Man of the Year and given the key to the city. Oops, I just perjured myself.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
This program is made possible by Friends of the Varsity Media Foundation,
a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization.
You are listening
to the Varsity Sports Show.
You are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona.
On AM 1060 KDUS Arizona.
Still the home of youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show. And now,
welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show Radio, presented by KDUS AM 1060. My name is Sebastian Mundaka, as I'm joined in with my partner in crime and co-host, Jodeci Ariana. Jodeci, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you, Sebastian?
You know, it's a great morning. I woke up today with excitement. I'm on the radio again. I'm very happy with the big smile on my face. And, of course, we can't forget Vince DeLisio. He is not in studio. He is at Carefree right now. It's his home, folks, right now. He's going to enjoy a very good time. And, of course, can't forget the person behind the scenes, Aaron Decker. First and foremost, I want to thank them, every single one of you, for joining us on this beautiful Saturday morning. I'm always blessed to be here on the studio to talk and explore with you folks. We have an eventful day as we have tons of content to present to you. But first, Vince, good morning. You're at your special place right now.
Hey, good morning, Sebastian. Hi, Jodeci. How are you guys doing this morning?
As obviously, blessful to be here. It's a great morning. Not too sunny.
Wonderful. Well, you guys are in studio. I'm actually outside. I'm in my hometown here in Carefree, Arizona, in the Sanderson Pavilion, right in the town center. It's the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast. Big deal today. We've got a lot of people, capacity crowd. There's like 5,000 people. Wow, there's even like 10 people that are clapping. Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you, you guys. And we're joined by a couple of special guests here. First of all, I put on my councilman hat today because we're really promoting the town, really want to promote all the great commerce and things going on in the town of Carefree, along with this partnership with this amazing organization, the Kiwanis Club of Carefree, and all the great things that they do. If you guys don't know a lot about Kiwanis, you're going to find out here in this first segment. And we're joined by a couple of special people. First of all, an old friend of the Varsity Sports Show. He was our first guest when he was just a lowly vice mayor, and now he's mayor of the town of Carefree. His name is John Crane. John, how are you?
Good morning, Vince. I'm looking forward to the music you're going to play.
This is not a music show; it's a sports show. But we'll talk about some other things.
The Hail to the Chiefs song.
You like the Hail to the Chiefs song? Yeah, that's become your trademark. And John, you've been such a great person, and I'm still waiting for that key to the city. By the way, am I going to get that?
Yeah, if you wait long enough.
Okay, all right. We're also joined by Executive Director of the Kiwanis Club of Carefree. Her name is Sandra Carrier. Sandra, how are you?
Good morning, Vince. I'm well. Thank you for having us.
Well, thank you. So let's dig right into the details and talk a little bit about this event. First of all, this is the first one that we've had for a while. The Pancake Breakfast has become a staple in with the town of Carefree and Sanderson Pavilion. When was the last one? It's been a while.
Oh, maybe just over a year ago, I think, Vince. We had one in the fall, and this time we came out in the spring.
Yeah. And regarding this event, so this proceeds from this event. First of all, there's a bunch of things you do year round. Obviously, the Kiwanis has their store in town where you are able to raise a lot of funds for different events and fund operations. This is one such event where you're raising funds. What the proceeds of this event? Where does the money go to?
Well, the club raises money through this Pancake fundraiser, and it helps support the club and the activities that we support in town. We give scholarships and merit awards, and we just did some funding for the Desert Awareness Park in Cave Creek.
Wow.
All sorts of things. You can jump on our website, Kiwanis.carefree.org, and check out all the things that we're involved in.
How many people does it take to put an event like this together? Because obviously, I mean, there's a lot of happy people here wearing aprons. There's a couple of people that don't look very happy that I've talked to today. But otherwise, it's for the event for the most part. All the time and effort that goes into it has been very positive. How many people are here?
Goodness, Vince, good question. We have about 160 members in the Kiwanis of Carefree Club. And I bet this morning and last night we had 30, 40 people out here helping at one given time at least to set up the tables and make sure that we get enough pancake batter that was supplied to us from Harold's in Cave Creek. Danny helped us out there.
There's kids out here too. There's students that are helping out. In fact, even my son attends Cactus Shadows High School. He plays football there, and even the coach ordered some of the kids to come out. Now they're going to be here a little later to help clean up, but you've got the community engaged, and that's what this is all about. It's about bringing people together for a great cause, a worthy event, and just engaging the public. And it's so nice that people can be back together in doing these things again.
Absolutely, well said. Yes, Kiwanis, we consider this to be our family. Kiwanis of Carefree. We do a lot of things together, and it really is a fun, welcoming family.
Well, and this leads to my next question for Mayor Crane here. So, John, as you've been around for a lot of years in this town, you've been actively involved in various causes and things. How special is this partnership with the Kiwanis Club of Carefree?
Well, Kiwanis has been a partner with the town almost from day one when the city was founded. They donated the sundial, the splash pad. They've had pancake breakfasts out here twice a year, in November and in the spring. They're just great partners. And what was not mentioned last year, I believe they gave away $357,000 in scholarships, almost $1,000 a day.
Wow.
To local kids.
Absolutely, and I'll just add to that, John, this year our board has approved $500,000 for the scholarship committee to give away.
Amazing.
Wow.
Listen to that. Wow, that's exciting. And that's a lot of pancakes, actually. So, man, you guys better start eating here. That is big. And so, all the proceeds, and again, my kids having grown up through the Cave Creek schools, they got notebooks from Kiwanis when in the height of the pandemic that they were able to keep at home and do work, computers and things, laptops. And so just so many things that you guys do that are just amazing. It's been an incredible experience, and we appreciate this partnership and the opportunity to bring this to you. Are there some other things coming up on the horizon, the near term, Sandra, that we can talk about? So the store, tell us about the store.
Thank you, Vince. The marketplace in Cave Creek is a beautiful thrift store. We are very blessed with the members of our community that donate to Kiwanis. They believe in our cause and giving back and keeping the funds local. So people donate to our thrift store, and then we sell those items, and it stays out of the landfill. So we're repurposing all of these items, and then customers just love to come shop and find that unique treasure that maybe someone didn't want, but someone else does want. So we donate at the back door, and we walk in the front door and go shopping. And please check out the marketplace. It's a beautiful 17,000 square foot building. Kiwanismarketplace.org. You can check them out online. Also, our Facebook page.
What are the hours there?
The marketplace is open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5.
Now, John, there's plans to annex where the marketplace is located so that it becomes part of Carefree, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's in the works.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. Well, I'm sure. Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Sandra Carrier, Executive Director of the Kiwanis Club of Carefree, doing an amazing job in continuing to spread the word and the outreach with the community. It's not just about dollars, it's about people, and it's about kids and doing things for kids. So thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Absolutely. It takes a team, and look at
Sandra
that team
Carrier,
out
everyone.
there.
All right. Look at all these smiling people. Yeah, you guys stop eating for a second. Look up here. It's fine. Okay. All right. John Crane, I want to talk to you a little bit about the town of Carefree. Tell us about some of the events that are going on.
Yeah, we really have a full calendar. Next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Thunderbird artists will be here. We close the streets. It's a fine arts festival. The artists are juried, so everything is first rate, first class.
Okay.
And you can have a glass of wine and walk through the town. It's a great experience.
Now, you're going to be carding everyone, right, that comes through?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's my job.
Okay. Yeah, that's mayor. You're the official, card ID checker. Okay, so we've got Thunderbird Fine Arts Festival coming up. What are some other things that we have?
The following Saturday, the 25th, we have a program called Love of Story.
Okay.
And that afternoon, half a dozen storytellers will come up for about 10, 15 minutes each and just tell a story they've written.
I think we have a guest today, actually, on the show, later in the show.
Exactly, you do. And it's their second year. Okay. And the first year, it was great. Every story was unique. And so if one story didn't resonate with you, maybe the next one will. Okay. It's well worth the time. It's free. It's just a great experience, something different in the garden.
Talk about Earth Day. You hear about Earth Day, and the town of Carefree really puts their money where their mouth is in spreading the awareness. And what are some things going on there, and when?
So Earth Day is April 22nd.
Okay.
From 9 till 1, and we have probably 15 to 20 different vendors here. Many of them local folks will know: Desert Foothills Land Trust, Wild at Heart Birds.
Yeah.
Tonto National Forest, Maricopa County Parks and Recreation, Rattlesnake Solutions. Hopefully they'll bring some rattlesnakes in cages.
Yeah, that'll be one exhibit I'm not going to be visiting.
We
so
have to check the in cages box.
Yeah.
Otherwise we may have to have a change of plans.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So we have some really cool stuff coming up.
A lot to see and do here in the town of Carefree. Easiest way to get here, guys, you can get here from all parts of the valley. Basically, you find Cave Creek Road, you take it swings around, and you're in Carefree eventually. You take Pima Road north, you're in Carefree eventually. You take Scottsdale Road north until it ends, and you're going to run right smack dab into my house probably. We're literally at the end of Scottsdale Road, north of the 101, about 10 miles. Can't miss it. It's a great community, very people-centric. It's a small community. John, what's the population now at Carefree?
3,700.
3,700. Wow. And we're the Carefree. They talk about the Carefree lifestyle. Define the Carefree lifestyle.
Well, it's we enjoy the desert. We just love the desert here, and especially this time of the year because the flowers are starting to pop and things are green. Okay. And it's laid back, relaxed, and we just have great restaurants. It's just a great place to spend your life.
All right. Well, that being said, guys, once again, I am out at the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast here in downtown Carefree, Arizona. Come on out. We're here until 11 o'clock. I'm doing the show till 10. In studio, we got Sebastian and Jodeci. Jodeci, what do we have going on today?
Today we have a lot going on. As Sebastian said earlier, we have a lot of guests. So once again, thank you to Mayor John Crane, Vince, and Sandra Carrier for that wonderful interview. I've never been to Carefree, but now I kind of want to go. Up next, we have Desert Mountain baseball coach Ryan Dyer, and it's dealing with Sabrina Giles. She has It's Dylan every week. So I'm excited to hear what we have going on. And also Desert Mountain baseball coach Ryan Dyer. Sebastian, what are you thinking?
Being a Arizona resident, I never really considered what Carefree is all about. I've been to Scottsdale, I've been to Buckeye. I'm not much of an adventure person, but hearing about the Kiwanis breakfast, makes me hungry. Every time I wake up, I don't really wake up with hunger, but now, Vince talking about the breakfast stuff, pancakes. Although I'm more of a waffle guy, What do you think, Jodeci?
I think we have a lot going on today. So once again, we have Desert Mountain baseball coach Ryan Dyer, and it's dealing with Sabrina Giles, and we're going to break.
KDUS AM 1060 is the home to the Dan Patrick Show, the Doug Gottlieb Show, and Sports Map Radio. Catch all the sports content here on AM 1060.
Hey everyone, I'm Caleb Wiley. I'm from the LA area, and I study sports journalism at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at ASU. From being the sports editor at my high school to being a broadcast reporter for Cronkite News, I like to say I bring a nice versatility to the show. Whether it's in front of the camera or behind the scenes, can't wait to bring you guys high school sports content on the Varsity Sports Show. See you guys there.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Training Better Athletes was founded by renowned football coach Ron Sowers with the philosophy of training well-rounded young people in mind and body. TBA is the go-to for middle schoolers through the pros. Coach Sowers has worked with all sports but specializes in football offensive and defensive line skills training. Whether it's one-on-one or group training, reach out to Coach Sowers at trainingbetterAthletes.com or call him at 602-435-9064. You can't cheat the grind.
Hi, my name is Jacob Seaver with the Varsity Sports Show, and I am currently a sophomore at Arizona State University's Walter Cronkite School for Journalism and Mass Communication. I am excited to be on the mic this year and looking forward to bringing you some of the best high school and JUCO content that the world has to offer. Definitely looking forward to seeing you and for you to hear me on the Varsity Sports Show.
Catch the Doug Gottlieb Show weekdays from 1 to 3 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and online at KDUS1060.com.
It's Desert Mountain Wolves baseball with Coach Ryan Dyer on the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona.
Welcome back. Today we have Ryan Dyer, the Desert Mountain baseball coach. Coach Ryan, this is Jodeci. How are you?
Good. How you guys doing today?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So right now, you are 2-8. How are you feeling about the season so far?
Well, sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bug, and I guess you can tell which one we are right now by our record. Things have just not been going our way. We're a heck of a team, but we just can't seem to catch a break right now. So we're looking forward to this next week. We have spring break. The kids get some time off, and everybody needs just a little bit of relaxation and recharge time to be ready for the big stretch of our season that will come up after spring break.
That's awesome to hear, Coach. Hey, my name is Sebastian Wandaka. I'm going to go more into behind the scenes. What are the coaches' expectations for players beyond practices, games, and workouts?
Well, we're in one of the luckiest situations you could ever ask for as a coach. These kids work so hard. So, outside of game time, they're just going to do what they always do, which is work their butts off. These kids are very dedicated to everything they do. And so, right now I just asked them this week, probably the opposite of what most people would tell them, is get away from baseball, don't look at the field for a few days, and recharge and reset so we can come back and be the Desert Mountain Wolves team that we all expected to be at the beginning of the season.
Perfect, Coach. Jodeci here. I'm kind of going off of what Sebastian said. Really, what is your inspiration to coach? What makes you want to keep doing this?
I just love the relationships with my players. I mean, it's such a fun experience to show up to the ballpark day in and day out. Win or lose, there's always a teachable moment. And that's what we talked about last night when we got off the bus after a heartbreaking loss late. Just, hey, guys, the season's not going how it's supposed to be going, but I love you guys either way, and this is why I do it. I love the challenge. I love the moment where your backs are against the wall, and I just getting the chance to see you guys respond, and that's why I do it. Just win or lose, I'm here with you guys, and I'm grateful to have that opportunity.
Hey, Coach. So tell the audience, how long have you been coaching? And I want you to tell me what were some of your best moments being a coach, And also, what were your worst moments as well?
Well, I've been coaching for a lifetime, so about 30 years. Ever since I was pretty much out of high school, I started coaching when I couldn't play anymore, and that's all I've ever done. So, I love what I do. Some of the best moments, obviously, are the big wins I've had through my career. But even more than that, I'd say last night was one of my best moments. We lost 3 games in a row. The season seems like it's on a downturn, and the guys come together in the dugout after the game and really pull for one another and say we're in this together. And those are the moments that I love. Just with guys, win or lose, they're in it for the right reasons. So I would say last night was one of my best moments. Even on a tough night, and all the big wins I've had, that sticks with me right now.
That's awesome, Coach. As a former baseball player, I used to play at Alhambra High School. Understanding those tough losses, they never go well. But being able to be one as a team, it's always a victory in my hands. And that's gonna go on into my next question. What kind of players succeed in your program?
The kids that succeed in my program are the ones that are positive energy guys that don't look for excuses. The guys that are always finding a way to succeed and not to fail, right? And I help guide those kids. But the ones that do the best are the kids that can keep that path. It's just say, hey, win or lose or draw, we're here to work. We're going to be here for each other. We're not going to point fingers. And that's the lesson I try to teach them, and the guys that buy into that are the ones that obviously have the most success.
Perfect, Coach. Jodeci here again. So you talked a little bit earlier about, the kids have spring break next week. But really, I want to know, what are you looking forward to spring break? Do you have any plans?
I do. I got twin boys that are 10, so pretty much when I'm not coaching baseball, I'm coaching one of their 7 teams. So we're out here at the soccer field right now getting ready for a big soccer game this morning. And so I'm going to spend time with my kids and my family, and that was kind of the direction I gave all the kids. On the baseball team, go out and spend some family time, go skiing, go do something that you shouldn't be doing, and have fun. And that's kind of what I plan on doing. I'm going to go up to the mountains, maybe do some fishing, and enjoy my family and be recharged to get back to my second family, which is the baseball program.
Okay, Coach. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your spring break, and I wish you a good luck on the rest of your season.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day, guys.
Thank
you,
you, too.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
So now we're going to have It's Dylan with Sabrina Giles.
He's back again, DYLAN. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show segment. It's Dylan, featuring Dylan and highlighting his latest adventures. This segment is brought to you by Chris Scott of Remax Key Properties in Bend, Oregon. Now it's time to grab your snacks, turn your volume up as you tune into It's Dylan on the Varsity Sports Show. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. It's Dylan segment. I'm here with none other than Dylan. Dylan, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Sabrina. How are you doing today?
Good. Again, our normal Tuesday meetings. We love those.
Finally, they're Tuesdays. I always thought they were Wednesdays, but they are in fact Tuesdays. I did some research. I went back and checked. You were correct in the first place. I should have kept my mouth shut. It's always been Tuesday.
It's okay. So March is home to many things. A lot of, I feel like, high school students in general, some of students' favorite holiday is in March. Do you know what holiday that is? It's really not a holiday, but it should be a holiday.
Are you going at either spring break or are you going St. Patty's Day? What do you know about St. Patty's Day? You shouldn't be talking about that on the radio.
I was going to say
spring break.
It's
spring break. That's coming up. I can't wait. We're about 3 days away from ours, so it'll be fun. Be a nice break.
I was like, currently right now, I'm on mine. You're about to be on yours. Have you ever coached like a high school sport during spring break? You haven't, right?
No, track was always, and we tried not to schedule too many things during it, but we would practice either on the front end or the back end. And we're looking into that again this year. Just, it's just a different sport. It's a different time of the year. If we have the numbers, we definitely will be out there. If we don't, we're not going to set ourselves up for failure. Yeah. So we'll see, but I am looking forward to the week off and really, really looking forward to maybe taking some time around the house and get some things done. Definitely get outside. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. And looking forward really in a couple weeks, I have some Oregonians coming down to visit. So for their spring break. So I can't wait for that. That's really what I'm looking forward to.
You're still coaching baseball and everything, but you will get that more time off because you're not going to have to actually be in school teaching. What are
Sure.
what are some of the top 3 things that you want to actually do while you're on spring break currently right now? Or what are you looking for?
Definitely get outside and enjoy the weather, enjoy the hikes and the outdoors and the nature that we have. I'll probably try and take some road trips, some local road trips to get out and about versus just, my normal hiking. I love that the spring training vibe is here. So you can get out on Monday through Sunday and find something to do, which is just absolutely just one of the best things about living here. And the third is just maybe get something done around the house. There are some projects that still are incomplete that I've put off for quite a while. And you're right, not having the school day, the actual, I'm actually at school pretty much about 6:30 to whenever I get home from baseball every day. But if I can put some time towards the house during 1 or 2 or 3 of those days, that would be an amazing feat as well.
I always appreciate, our conversations that we have, and you just, keeping me very much so informed and entertained about what's going on in your life.
Oh, I appreciate that. You're too nice.
All right, I'll talk to you later, Dylan.
All right, have a good one.
And thank you to you for tuning into It's Dylan on the Varsity Sports Show.
Wow, that was such a great segment presented by Sabrina. I'm always a fan hearing what's going on with It's Dylan. Always see how they like to reset during spring break. We have Vince again. Take it over, Vince.
Hey, guys. Okay, so welcome back. We are out at the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast here in the town of Carefree. We're joined by a couple of kind folks here. We've got from the Action Club, Casey Miller, Casey, and we have Paula Scully from Kiwanis. Casey, how are you doing?
Fine.
Fine? Okay. Paula, so tell us a little bit about the Action Club and this partnership with Kiwanis.
Action Club is Action with a K. It's sponsored by Kiwanis. Action Club serves the community, the developmentally disabled community. They've aged out of the public school system, so our Kiwanis Action Club is a service club. We provide opportunities for our members to work with the community and have some fun.
So I was approached a few minutes ago by Casey and said, I want to tell you about the Action Club. And I said, what do you guys do? And he said, what don't we do? You guys do everything. Casey, what are some of the things that you do around these events? Tell us about what you were doing out here this morning. Go ahead. Wait, yeah. What were some of the things you were doing out here?
We got a water stand over there.
I see that. That is awesome. And there's a tip jar right there, too. Is that for you?
No.
No, it's not. Come on. You're not going to, no?
No, I'm
It's for Action Club.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's for the Action
Club.
So it is kind of for you, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Kind of. Okay. All right. So what are some of the other things that you did this morning? I saw you set up the water stand. Were you helping out on some of the other events and with the did you actually flip pancakes today?
No, I don't.
You don't flip pancakes?
No, but he's great at picking up plates as people
Okay, I got you.
finish their pancakes.
Okay, so there are people that leave their plates. They don't throw their own stuff away, and so you come around and do you give them a hard time and say, "Hey, go throw that away"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Action Club used to be it's for kids that are out of high school.
Okay.
And Kathy used to be the chair of it, but
Yeah.
she got tired of doing it.
Yeah, she got tired of doing it. She
No.
get tired of dealing with you, Casey, or
No, my dad. No,
your dad. That's what your dad's for.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, Paula, what are some of the other events that the Action Club has been involved with?
Well, the Action Club has helped with cleanup.
Okay.
The money that they earn today,
Yeah.
the members will actually decide how to spend it.
Yeah.
Historically, we've used the money to support families at Christmas.
Yeah.
So our members will take charge and spend the money.
Okay.
And we briefly mentioned Kathy Hogner. Kathy Hogner is the original. She brought Action Club to Cave Creek.
Yeah.
To Carefree Kiwanis, probably 20 plus years ago.
Wow.
So
okay, she looks so youthful.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
she is, and she's
Yeah.
still very active
She was
with Action
like in grade
Club.
school when that happened, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's awesome, Casey. That is so exciting. Who else do you want to say hello to, Casey? Anybody you want to say hi to out there and tell them to come out to the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast?
Well, I mean, we're supposed to have another Action Club. Danny
Okay.
Danny.
There's somebody else that's missing today that should be coming
Yeah, he
out?
should be coming.
Okay, do you want to say hi to your dad? Where's your dad? Did you get him to wave his hand? Where is he at?
Somewhere.
Where's Dad? Somewhere? Okay, he's not hiding, is he?
No, he's over there.
Oh, I got you. Okay. All right, so once again, thank you so much, Casey Miller from the Action Club and Paula Scully from the Kiwanis of Carefree. Guys, come on out. Pancake Breakfast, Carefree, Arizona, here in the center of town. Guys, when we come back from the break, I'm actually going to pitch it back to Jodeci and Sebastian. What do we have coming up in the next segment?
Well, we actually have a lot of stuff coming up. The day is just starting with the Varsity Sports Show. Coming up, we have Thunderbird baseball coach Mike Jacobs coming to discuss with us about live action. Well, we have a lot more coming after that. But first, let's digest more into Coaches with All. We'll see you after the break.
Interact with Bob Kemp's poll question on KDUS1060.com. That's KDUS1060.com. And while you're there, check out Bob Kemp's bottom line at KDUS1060.com.
Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com.
Hello, sports fans. This is Dick Stockton, and you are listening to Arizona's home of youth, high school, college, and you. The Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060, KDUS, Arizona.
It's game time, and we're here to win. Hi, I'm Sabrina Giles. I'm a senior at ASU and studying at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications, with my major being sports journalism. I'm excited to announce that this spring I will be working with the Varsity Sports Show to bring you any and all things sports. From commentary to broadcast, I'll be working to cover your favorite teams and make my mark on the world of sports journalism.
Hello, my name is Hannah Pettiferry, and I am currently a student at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications here at Arizona State University. I am beyond excited to be joining the Varsity Sports Show this spring. Growing up, I have always played sports, and now I cannot wait to be able to study, analyze, and commentate on the sports that are being played this season in Arizona.
Extra Point with local and national topics, betting lines, and banter. Weekdays 10 to noon on KDUS AM 1060, KDUS1060.com, and the KDUS 1060 app.
Tighten up with Thunderbird Titans Baseball on Varsity Sports Show AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. And now, here's Titans coach Mike Jacobs.
Alrighty, we are back. Welcome again to the Varsity Sports Show. Today we have Thunderbird baseball coach Mike Jacobs. Mike, this is my second time talking to you this week. How are you doing?
Who is this, Jodeci?
This is Jodeci, yes.
All right, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Coach?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you. So you're coming off a win. What was your game plan going into the Agua Fria game?
Just kind of reiterating the fact of throwing strikes and playing quality defense early on. We pitched fairly well. We walked some guys, and we made an error. So that allowed Agua Fria to kind of stay in the game there early on. It was 3-3. And then we had that big inning where we put up 6 runs, brought in Logan Schmieke. He was able to throw some strikes and play defense. And then the end result was what we wanted, 12-3 win. So if we can continue to do that, throw strikes, play quality defense, and put up some runs, then that's always a recipe for win.
Hey, Coach, Sebastian Madaka. I was actually there at the game. I was actually one of the cameramen all the way outside field. We didn't get to meet, but I was at the game. You guys did very, very well. I was honestly very surprised and shocked how good your pitchers were. And I want to know what you told them, like, after conceding those first 3 runs or actually it was 1 inning. You know, what did you tell your team to, get them motivated and get them start playing very well?
So one of the things you always got to work with guys on is trying to move forward from the moment, and we made that pitching change there. We had Austin Coates come out, started to get a little bit tired, walked a couple guys, and put in Logan. We told Austin, hey, your job now is to go over and play first base, and he played a great first base for us there late in the game, and that we're going to pick you up as a team, and that's what we do. I think anybody that's played a team sport, that's one of the most beneficial things is to kind of rally around the guys and pick each other up. So we were able to do that on Thursday.
Absolutely, Coach. And, just to base it off more of what you just said, as a coach, how do you develop trust with your players?
I think just giving them some autonomy to do things on their own, see that they're developing. One of the things I think that a lot of high school coaches see is that they need to manage, but also finding the balance where kids can grow. And they do that when they're taking risks. They're doing that when they're having to think on their own. I was just really pleased with the guys that were able to come in. We're kind of balanced. We got a group of sophomores, we got a couple of juniors, and we got some seniors. So finding that balance with everybody is important. We got some guys that are going to start getting healthy, guys that have really thrown much for us. Chase Benson, who came in to close that game. Shortstop Matt Hornberg was a soccer player who's starting to throw a little bit more. And then probably one of our starters that's coming off being injured, Connor Chacon. We're looking to have him hopefully be healthy here in the next week or two. So once we get to full strength, we're super excited at the continuation of our development through the season.
Perfect, Coach. Jodeci here. So you, like you said earlier, you were able to beat Agua Fria 12-3. So you guys had a huddle after that game. If you could, what were some of the things you told your players after the game?
Just that we were pleased with their energy. We were pleased with their ability to fight back. Again, Agua Fria, we were up 3-0, 3-1. It goes 3-3. And just having guys, again, play 7 innings. One of our biggest challenges that we've had throughout the whole year is just focusing on innings, winning innings, and that's one of the things that we talk to our guys at the end of the game. And if you can win more innings than the other team, most of the time you'll come out on top. And we were able to do that.
Absolutely, Coach. I want to ask one more question for you, and it could be a blunt response here, but what are your weaknesses as a baseball coach?
My weaknesses as a baseball coach, I think sometimes not sticking to the discipline that I feel is very important for high schoolers. And some of that comes with everybody's situations being a little bit different. So having that kind of line of discipline has been very important to me, and one of probably the biggest things that I continue to try to work on. And that discipline kind of just always reflects the little things that you're always capable of doing on and off the field. So if we can continue to have the guys understand what the expectations are, we're going to continue to develop and be right where we need to be.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Jacobs, for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure to see your team live and playing well. Vince, take it away.
Hey guys, out here at the Kiwanis of Carefree Pancake Breakfast here in the town of Carefree, Vince DeLisio here, joined by, we've got the brass here. We've got the president of the Kiwanis of Carefree, Joyce Jordan. Joyce, really quickly, tell us a little bit about just this event and what it means to the community.
Well, this is a phenomenal event. This is our annual Pancake Breakfast, and our proceeds go to help our community, help the club to work with the community, and it's just so wonderful to see so many people out here today. Phenomenal.
Okay.
Get the pancakes while they're hot.
Yes, get the pancakes while they're hot. And clean up after yourselves, for God's sakes, because Casey Miller here from the Action Club is watching you and making sure that you throw your stuff away, because he's going to be pretty upset if you don't. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, we're going to pitch it back to the studio. Thanks again, Joyce, out here at Carefree. Come on out. We're here till 11 o'clock, guys. Go ahead. Take it away.
This is the JUCO Sports Report. And now, here is Jodeci Ariana with the JUCO Sports Report.
I'm your host, Jodeci Ariana, and as you all know, with March comes madness. The men's basketball bracket was announced on the ACCAC website for NJCAA Region 1 for Divisions 1 and 2. The Division 1 semifinal was on Saturday, March 4th at 7 p.m. with the doubleheader. The 4-seeded Mesa Thunderbirds played the 1-seeded Cochise Apaches in Douglas, Arizona. The Thunderbirds are currently 6-16 with an overall record of 10-20 in a one-game losing streak, while the Apaches are 22-0 with an overall record of 29-2 in a one-game losing streak. The Apaches won the game in a double overtime thriller 80-73. The other Division 1 semifinal game was the 3-seeded Eastern Arizona Gila Monsters against the Arizona Western Matadors in Yuma. The Gila Monsters are 14-8 with an overall record of 21-10 in a two-game losing streak, while the Matadors are 17-5 with an overall record of 26-6 in an 11-game winning streak. The Matadors beat the Gila Monsters 90-82. Each winner from the doubleheader will earn their spot to play in the championship game on Monday, March 6th at the highest seeded territory. The Matadors beat Cochise 73-62. This is Jodeci Ariana with the JUCO Sports Report on the men's basketball playoffs. The Division 2 semifinals were on Tuesday, March 7th at 7 p.m. The 4-seeded Phoenix Bears faced the 1-seeded Pima Aztecs in Tucson. The Bears are currently 8-14 with an overall record of 13-17 in a one-game winning streak. The Aztecs are 16-6 with an overall record of 24-6 in a 4-game winning streak. The Aztecs beat the Bears 89-71. The other Division 2 semifinal game was a 3-seeded Chandler Gilbert Coyotes against the Scottsdale Fighting Artichokes in Scottsdale. The Coyotes are 13-9 with an overall record of 21-9 in a one-game winning streak, while the Fighting Artichokes are 15-7 with an overall record of 23-7 in a one-game losing streak. The Fighting Artichokes beat the Coyotes 68-54. This is Jodeci Ariana with the JUCO Sports Report on the men's basketball playoffs.
Hi there, and welcome to Overview with Olivia. In today's episode, I'll be discussing spring training and its popularity among spring break time. Spring training is an exciting time for baseball fans, as regular season baseball is just around the corner. Spring break for many usually involves attending a spring training game. Florida and Arizona are popular destinations for those wanting to escape the cold for a week during the cold month of March. It is said that these two locations have been chosen for optimal baseball training due to the warm weather, which will accompany a typical baseball season. Have you ever wondered why the destination for spring training locations was split? Every year, to prepare for the upcoming MLB season, some of the clubs head to Arizona while the remaining head to Florida. The teams are split evenly. 30 teams means 15 go to either state. Arizona spring training is known as the Cactus League, and Florida spring training is known as the Grapefruit League. How did these names get chosen? Both names were based on the plants that are native to the states. Arizona is known for its terrain of cacti, while Florida is known for its abundance of citrus fruit. Most teams share facilities. For example, the San Diego Padres and the Seattle Mariners share the Peoria Sports Complex, located in Peoria, Arizona. The ballpark of the Palm Beaches is home to the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals, and is located in Palm Beach, Florida. As you can imagine, with 30 teams, there's bound to be some overlap. As of March 12th, there are 18 days till the 2023 opening day. Be sure to grab your tickets and watch as the first pitch starts off the new season. That's it for this edition of Overview with Olivia. We'll catch you next time.
Wow, what great segments from both Jodeci and Olivia. And of course, I want to thank Coach Mike Jacobs for joining us into that small segment. Jodeci, what can you take away from your own segment?
You know, what I can take away from is that basketball, JUCO basketball is very underlooked. A lot of these kids that are in here have a lot of talent. It was crazy games. We had some double OTs. We had regional champs, and I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen in Kansas in these next few weeks.
Absolutely. I think of JUCO, and every time, people don't receive many athletes don't receive their correct standings. They believe they deserve a scholarship. And, there's nothing wrong going JUCO because there's many talented athletes who got JUCO and they got a good scholarship to go to play for a great university, or they just went straight to university or straight to, pro. And, one of those examples I want to bring up is Josh Allen. He didn't get a good great on his star overall. He went JUCO, and then he ended up getting offered to Wyoming, and now look at him. He's one of the greats and one of the heads in the NFL.
Yes, and also shout out to Olivia. She talked about spring training. I'm excited to go to maybe one of my first spring training games since I've been here in Arizona.
Absolutely. And, I'm not much, I never really go out on my own time to go. But, maybe I'll join you. I'll tune in with you to go visit one of those spring trainings.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Keep listening to us. We are going to break, and we will be back with the SaberCat Report. Thank you.
Every Monday night, check out Ray Adams as he hosts the Monday Night Golf and Lifestyle Show from 6 to 7 p.m. here on KDUS AM 1060.
The Varsity Sports Show is proud to partner with SaberCat Athletics. That's right, the Scottsdale Saguaro SaberCats are on the Varsity Sports Show. Join the varsity team as we cover the Cats during the SaberCat Report on Saturday morning's Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS Arizona, featuring players, coaches, and commentary. Look out for live stream coverage of Saguaro SaberCat sporting events by going to YouTube and searching for Varsity Sports Show, then click that subscribe button to stay up to date. The Saguaro SaberCats are here. Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com. Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Hello, hola Arizona. It's your girl from the Valley, Beatrice Martinez. I'm a sports journalism master's student at ASU's Cronkite School of Journalism, and I'm so happy to be a part of the Varsity Sports Show. I, myself, was a hooper and a 3-sport athlete my freshman year of college. I'm very excited to bring you all the coverage over your local high school sports this semester. Are you ready? Let's get it!
Check out KDUS AM 1060 on 100.7 KSLX HD2. That's right, HD radio on 100.7 channel number 2.
The Varsity Sports Show presents the SaberCat Report with Saguaro High School baseball coach Joe Mickey. And now, here's the SaberCat Report.
Hello and welcome back. And now we have Joe Mickey, Saguaro baseball coach, on call. Hello, Coach. Can you hear us well?
I can, yes. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, Coach. First and foremost, how are you feeling this morning?
Oh, feeling great. I tell you what, it was a heck of a road trip week, and nice to wake up on a Saturday morning with a few wins under your belt.
Absolutely, Coach. I'm going to go straight into it. Explain to us, how's the season going so far with your team? Has it started rough or exceeding expectations? Maybe perhaps in the middle? What's your take?
No, we definitely took our lumps a little bit early in our preseason tournament, but I think once we got into PowerPoint games, the team definitely has started to kind of find their groove a little bit, and that's why you do those things, so you can make those adjustments. But these last 2 weeks of baseball, we played really good baseball. Pitchers from the front, Cade Schumart and Billy Gregory and Tanner Nelson and Chris Margarella, these guys are throwing the ball really well, and we're playing great defense behind them, and just giving our offense a chance to get going, and we've seen that in a couple spurts this last couple weeks.
Coach, this is Jodeci here. Talk to me about your game against Combs Baseball, where Saguaro won 10-0.
Yeah, so, it was definitely the long stretch. I actually did the math on it. We did about 622 miles worth of travel this week, and so when you get out to Combs in a late afternoon game, we weren't really sure what we were going to kind of get as far as just from an energy standpoint, but the boys came out swinging well, and Donovan Davis kind of set the table for us that day, and we had some really good at-bats kind of through the lineup, and that's all you can ask for. You know, the end of a week, it's fatigue. It's the end of the third quarter for these student athletes, and you know, there's a lot of different moving parts, but the boys responded really well.
Coach, back to me, Sebastian. I want to ask one more question. Well, a couple more questions for you. What's the most exciting thing about your position as a baseball coach?
I love the relationships. Truthfully, especially the location, Saguaro High School. I love this question, Sebastian. And honestly, it's really what it makes this job kind of enjoyable. You get to kind of work with some phenomenal families and young men, and honestly, it's kind of just helping them just be better student athletes in the classroom, on the field, how to kind of handle this, prepare them for college, and hopefully set them up for success. And if I do that part of it, the relationship stuff off the field kind of just naturally fosters with the culture you try to fight for every day and compete for, and just have some high-charactered individuals. And it makes my job, showing up to work, it doesn't feel like a job, and that's when you know you're doing what you love. And so I'm fortunate enough to kind of be in that position.
You really love to hear about that. You know, you don't come in and expecting it's a job. It's something you love, and you know that's what we all want to chase. And, you know, I want to go based off of what you say with the student athletes. Has there been any, like, conflicts, or, like, have you dealt with any conflicts between academics and athletics?
You know, we actually haven't. You know, we kind of strive for a high GPA as a program. So knock on wood, we'll know here in about a week's time when all those grade reports come out. But as foreseeable as it is right now, I think we've kind of steered clear of all that with just a high emphasis. I mean, we talk about competing in the classroom like you do on the field, and so, you know, you're bringing your best effort each day, and so we put a high priority on that. A lot of good relationships with teachers, and we know it's hard, but that's part of what you're learning is how to handle that, and so it's fun to watch these guys kind of navigate that and go through the highs and lows of it. But you know, the biggest conflicts we probably have had early in our season was we just have a lot of dual, you know, in I guess kind of activity-oriented people with the arts, and some guys in theater and some guys in band, and you know, at Saguaro we're 1,400, and we kind of tell them to explore everything. And so you kind of have to navigate those schedules a little bit as you're trying to prepare to be really competitive in our season.
Coach, this is Jodeci again. What are some goals for the remainder of the season?
Oh, I love it. I definitely have a bunch of them, you know, but the short-term goals are just to get 1% better each day. If we're doing that, we've done our job as far as trying to just improve upon some things. And from an athletic standpoint, just kind of focusing on the little things, because there are no little things. They all matter. And so when you're kind of talking those kind of paradoxes, it's just one of those that if you can keep it that simple, where you do feel like you got that 1% better in different areas on the field, that's our short-term goals. And then from a long-term standpoint, obviously, you know, if we're going 1-0, which is what we try to do each game day, we'll find ourselves where we hope to be. But we got region play after spring break and after this Tucson tournament, so we'll kind of start to figure out where we are and hopefully make a run at a region title.
Thank you so much, Coach Mickey. We appreciate it. We're going to go to Vince.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, Vince.
All right, guys. Hey, we are out at the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast here in the town of Carefree, Arizona, and a lot of people here, a lot of money being raised for the Kiwanis Club and the programs for kids. We've had it's a regular who's who of stars here. We had the mayor of Carefree, John Crane, join us this morning. We had the executive director of the Kiwanis Club, Sandra Carrier. We had the president, Joyce Jordan. We had Casey Miller, who's with the Action Club. I mean, it has just been an amazing. And then you got me. I'm just a lowly councilman here in the town of Carefree, but we do a lot of work and it's a lot of fun. And I am joined by another great resident, an amazing person, a guy who's got a real story to tell. His name is Bob Jenkins, and he is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. He's also a survivor of the World Trade Center catastrophe, but you're not here to talk about that today. You're here, Bob, you're here to talk about the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation, of which you are a volunteer, and you give a lot of time and money and hours to that organization. Great organization. Tell us about it.
I do, Vince. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yeah, the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation, McClef, was started in 1995. We've raised over $80 million for children.
Wow.
Who have lost either a Marine or any federal law enforcement parent in the line of duty. And what we do is we put a $35,000 basically it's an escrow account. So when the child reaches the age of 18, that money is theirs as a scholarship type fund. And again, it's for any Marine or federal law enforcement parent lost in the line of duty. We do this primarily. We are a 501c3. We have our main offices in New York. We have several chapters across the country. And primarily, we have golf tournaments. And our 18th annual is coming up this June. And it'll be played at Greyhawk. And we have a good group of people coming on.
Okay.
The day before, down at the American Legion in Cave Creek, we've had it started off very impromptu, very, very casual, what we call a gathering of heroes. We've had a couple of Congressional Medal of Honor recipients come down, and we have a kind of a ceremony for them, and then it's a kind of a free-for-all, meet the recipients and other veterans.
Now, you were heavily involved in organization, kind of, no pun intended, but a rallying of the troops in coming up with the Veterans Memorial here in Carefree. It's a beautiful memorial. You've got another project going with the Cave Creek Museum.
I just got involved in that about a week ago. The Cave Creek Museum is going to do a complete facelift upgrade in the front. They're going to do a Veterans Memorial and redo the entranceway to the building. So I've got some, I'm a general contractor, and so I've got the guys to do with cement, the framing, the landscaping, and we're going to convert the front of the museum into a real showpiece.
It is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see the work. And speaking of your work and your contracting work, you're the CEO of Vetsville Contracting, which was one of our major partners for a very long time. And you helped to get us where we are, and you help support our programs for kids. So thank you so much for all you do in the community and everything else. And really quickly, how much time went into and dollars went into building the Veterans Memorial here in Carefree?
I think the budget for this, as I recall, was about, I think it was under $60,000.
Wow.
Yeah, I think. It might be 60,
Okay.
70.
But a lot of volunteering went into that as well. So I guarantee you it cost a lot more than that if you were to price everything out.
No doubt
so,
about it. No doubt. But it came out beautiful.
It did. And you have every branch of the service represented, including the newest one.
Yeah.
The Space Force.
Some people don't even know it exists.
Yeah, well, there's a logo out there.
Yeah,
so anybody that's out here that wants to come and check it out, come to the Desert Gardens here next to the Sanderson Pavilion in the town of Carefree. We're out here at the Kiwanis Club Breakfast. There's hundreds of people here. There's a lot of pancakes being served up, coffee, hot chocolate, a lot of things. Bob, I saw you over at the table earlier. You need to use utensils. You can't use your hands on this stuff.
Okay,
all
right.
So... Yeah, anyway, I'm going to turn it back over to the studio. Jodeci, Sebastian, go ahead, take it away. Tell us what's coming up next.
Well, it's amazing to hear about our local veterans explain their thoughts. I always considered entering the military. But here I am working hard with the Varsity Sports Show. We're already hitting over the first hour. It's been a quick hour for us, hasn't it, Jodeci?
It's been a quick hour. It's gone. We have some amazing guests. I'm excited to hear about the locals in Carefree. I'm excited to hear about baseball, basketball. It's been a great show, Sebastian.
Don't go anywhere. We have the GCU report presented by Dominic Hernandez and some more live guests, including my own live guest, Nate Bandon, who just came off. He's an assistant for Peoria High School, the coach, who just came off winning the 4A state championship in basketball. So I'm very excited to have him on board. What do you think, Jodeci?
I'm excited. State championships. So we're excited to hear from him.
There's so much else because we still have another hour left in the Varsity Radio Show. When I first started doing these broadcasts with Vince, I was the very first week when we started this, this working program. We can't really say internship because, that word's not used around here.
Mm-hmm.
We call it working experience because you're my coworker.
Yes.
But when I started working, it was a lot of anxiety because this is my first time on a radio show. And I always wondered because, I'm coming off, barely my sophomore year at university. And I have to keep up the expectations of my Walter Cronkite School of Communication and Management Journalism. I said that wrong, excuse me. But, there's so much to adapt. And now this being my third time here on the radio show, I learned so much from Vince. I'm always, every day I'm always surprised to see him, how he talks so fluently. And I told him the past time I was here, it's all about experience. It's all about, adaptations and whatnot. But we're going to be getting a small break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after the break.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
Broadcasting from the Superbook Sports Studios, KTUS AM 1060 Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
Hello there, my name is Brandon Tran, and I'm a Cronkite student at Arizona State University, and I'm so thrilled to be joining the Varsity Sports Show this semester. As a former athlete myself, I'll be providing content, both boys and girls, as you can follow me on Twitter at BrandonTran70. As I hope to see you all there this semester and provide great content around you.
Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hello, this is local voiceover model and former Daddy Yankee stunt double, Mario Malaby. Be sure to DM us your questions for Ask Lucas on Twitter. And you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
AM 1060 KDUS Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
This program is made possible by Friends of the Varsity Media Foundation,
a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization.
You are listening
to the Varsity Sports Show.
You are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona.
On AM 1060 KDUS, Arizona. Still the home of youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show. And now,
Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
welcome to the Varsity Sports Show.
And now it's time for the GCU Club Report, an in-depth look into the many different club sports that Grand Canyon University has to offer. Hi everyone, my name is Dominic Hernandez, and today I'm very excited to be doing an interview with a starting pitcher for the GCU Club baseball team, Kyle Weaver. So Kyle, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So I just wanted to start off with, what made you initially come to GCU?
So I was originally recruited to play baseball here at GCU, and that fell a little south. So I decided to end up playing club baseball, and it's been the best experience of my baseball career I've had my entire life. So I enjoy playing club baseball, and that's kind of how I got started. Was I got recruited, and I ended up playing club baseball here. And I love the school and everything about it, so I ended up staying.
Do you notice any differences from playing club baseball and NCAA baseball?
The talent level is a huge difference because these guys are being recruited all over the country to be playing for the school. But it's pretty comparable. We have a lot of kids that could play on that team that are a little short of talent, but they could definitely play on that team if they got a little bit better. The commitment, they practice every single day. We practice 3 to 4 times a week. They have a little heavier schedule, but it's pretty comparable. The competition level is fairly decent. We play some good teams, and so do they. So overall, I think it's pretty comparable baseball.
So, what was your initial impression of the team when you first joined?
So it was an interesting setup. I got there right before COVID, and I started to practice and we got everything rolling, and then COVID hit about a month later and the season was cut short. So we played about 5 games and then COVID hit. So I messed up the end of my freshman year. Sophomore year, we were still dealing with COVID and stuff like that. By junior year, we were starting to recoup, get all of the guys together, start playing baseball again. There's still a little bit of regulations as far as COVID protocol. And then this year, we're moving on past that, and yeah, it's back to normal. And we did really well this last year. We won the World Series for Division II, so that was awesome. Great group of guys, great group of baseball players. Just overall, it was a great experience last year.
Speaking of that national championship, so what do you think the team has learned from that experience?
So I think all the baseball guys in general, everybody kind of looks up to us as far as the academy team. That's kind of the goal as far as Division I, Division II, to get to that point. It takes a lot of talent, a lot of commitment on both the coaching end and the playing end. Everybody has to be locked in, and that's all I'd say about that. Everybody has to be locked in. It's definitely a journey. There's a lot of stuff going on in order to get there. Everybody has to be on the same page, and I think we're on the route to get there again this year. Everybody was on page last year, so I think we have to have the same mindset as we did last year and keep it rolling forward.
And lastly, I know spring break is coming up for you guys, so is there anything different you guys do during spring break?
Spring break, our coach kind of just gives us a little break during the week, which is kind of nice. We're pretty baseball heavy up until this point, so it's kind of nice to have a kick back and relax and enjoy a little bit of time off. But a lot of the guys will be doing baseball activities as far as hitting, throwing, make sure we're staying in shape so we can meet the end goal at the end of the year, which is obviously win the World Series again. But we kind of get a week off, and it's kind of nice. Everybody's going to be making smart decisions, I hope. A lot of good guys on the team, so that's pretty much what we have going on, just a week off.
That's all the time we have for today. I'd like to thank starting pitcher for the GCU Club baseball team, Kyle Weaver, for taking the time to do this interview, and good luck on the upcoming season.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care.
This has been the GCU Club Report. Thank you for tuning in.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Here, starting off hour number 2 with the GCU Club Report. My name is Vince DeLisio. I am live from the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast in the town of Carefree, my town. I put on my councilman hat today and promoting all the great commerce and things going on here in the town of Carefree. Guys, before we bring on Coach Warnall, I just want to tell you, you got to come out here. It's a beautiful community. It's amazing. It's 3,800 residents strong. We're just north of Scottsdale Road till it ends north, about 10 miles north of the 101. And the elevation actually is it's about 2,600, so it's a little bit cooler than the valley, especially it helps out in the summertime when you're about 10 degrees cooler. So it's good stuff. Anyway, joining us on the line for the GCU Club Report, we've got GCU Club baseball coach Rich Warnall, who's currently riding a 3-game winning streak, and they are going to be preparing, taking a little bit of a break right now, but he was gracious enough to come on and join us, talk a little bit about his program. So, Coach Warnall, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Vince. Wish I would have known about the pancake breakfast. I'm up the street in Sonora Foothills. I would have come out and joined you.
We're saving some carbs for you and your team. It's out here, Coach. You come on out. But how are things going?
Oh, things are good. Like you said, we're starting the spring break. Got a lot of guys going home, got guys staying around and going to keep practicing on their own. But, yeah, it's a good time to take a little break in the midseason kind of form where we're at.
Coach, this is Jodeci here. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, you opened up the season ranked 14, and now you moved up to number 10 this week. What has gone right this season?
Yeah, you know what? We've got a bunch of new guys with the team, and they've just been playing really well. Getting guys. I've got guys from Guadalajara. I've got a guy from Japan and some Hawaiians and, guys from all over. So it takes a little while for us to get going, and, been blessed with some talent that shows up at GCU every year to keep playing this great game of baseball.
Yeah, hey, Coach. My name is Sebastian Mondaka, and my question to you is, I want to know a little bit about yourself. Before becoming the GCU baseball coach, what were you doing before that?
I've coached in the Valley since 96 in baseball, 93 with girls basketball as well. Been at Horizon to North Canyon, Pinnacle, actually helped start the Arizona Christian University program over there. So I've been in education, taught for 12 years, and baseball is my thing. Played it back in California where I grew up, and it's been a blessing to be a part of GCU and getting to start the program in 2014 when we got our club sports programs going.
Wow, that's such a long time coaching. I want to know why. Like, what were your interests? Like, why did you choose to head into this path of coaching? Was there an inspiration towards you, or you just like, I'm gonna go into coaching. It's gonna be my suit. And what was your feat?
You know what? I've got a physical education degree, and sports is my thing. It kept me out of trouble growing up, and had a coach in middle school that was inspirational, and I think it just kind of God helped me lead me in that direction.
Coach, this is Jodeci again. So you've beaten Northern Arizona University and Arizona State University. How does it feel beating almost all of the Arizona colleges?
Yeah, that's funny. It's just fun to play against each other. Giving these students, college students, another collegiate opportunity to play this great game of baseball. And at ASU, NAU, we get U of A at the end of the season. It's fun to be able to keep this in the state and have some great competition within the Division I programs out here and part of our club baseball organization.
Coach, I grew up here in Arizona for my whole life, actually. And I want to ask you this specific question. I'm not sure if you're part of like the recruiting program. You get to choose based on what players you want on your team. What is there like a preference? Do you like getting players from Arizona or around the state or around the country rather? And you choose what's your preference?
It's a blast having guys from different areas. You get to see different cultures. I'd love to have the Arizona kids, more of them stay around. A lot of those guys like to go find a place to play, and just finding great characters. We've got 120 program. We have an academy on top of our travel teams, and we'll take who comes to us. But definitely would love to see more Arizona. I got one Arizonan on my team right now, and I think our team too has 3. So it would be great to have more Arizona kids, come seek us out and play a little club baseball. But again, it's fun to have some camaraderie and have guys from different places for sure.
Coach, this is Jodeci again. So Brady Steenson picked up SoPac South Player of the Week with 8 hits and 7 runs during the NAU game. How important has he been this season?
He actually filled in for our shortstop, who's up at our leadoff spot, a guy. He got a little injury. So Brady came on, took the leadoff area, and just had a great weekend. Yeah, having 8 hits in 3 games is pretty special. And, he's been pretty flexible, too. He came in as a third baseman, and I think he's played all outfield for me in 3 different positions out there. So Brady's been a blast to see continue to grow in his game.
Coach, I want to ask you, since you had experience in all levels, is there more pressure on you being the coach of an actual university in comparison to being a coach in any high school?
I've never felt pressure at the high school level or currently. I think at Arizona Christian there was a little more pressure to get winning quickly because it was a new program. But, being at GCU, it's been happy to just have a solid leadership that's taken place on the campus and then having a program that, we just happen to be winning. And it's been a strong program. We've won our region the last 3 or 4 years, been to a couple World Series. And it's just been a blast to be there and really don't feel much pressure at all.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach. So the next 2 games are Phoenix College and San Diego State University. What work needs to continue to be done to get a win out of both games?
Yeah, you know what? We just continue to play the game of baseball like we can. I try not to do too much with the guys, and, they're pretty talented. We try to just stay relaxed and play the game. And baseball is a funny game. I mean, you could have your best game and still lose. So usually we get to the Phoenix College game, we try to get everybody in the game, especially after spring break. We're trying to get some of that rust off, and then we get into San Diego State. That's back into the conference play, and we'll work on, getting our best guys on the field. And with the talent we have, we should be okay. But, again, we get hit the ball really hard, 21, 27 times and be right at guys and still get out. So we just keep working and do what we do, and we're confident we'll be winning a lot of games this year.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, okay?
No, guys, I appreciate what you guys do.
We appreciate you having in your insight. It's so lovely to have many kinds of people just like you to be on our show.
Yep. Thanks, Sebastian.
Alrighty, don't hit that dial. We are on Varsity Sports Show, and we will be right back with our break. Thank you.
Go Varsity. Thank you.
HD Radio is here for KDUS AM 1060. Check out your favorite shows and games on 100.7 KSLX HD2.
Hi, this is Mesa Community College Assistant Athletic Director Mike Lavella and modern-day Vince Papali. You're listening to AM 1060, the Varsity Sports Show, the home of all your junior college sports coverage.
Hello, my name is Dominic Hernandez and I am currently working at the Varsity Sports Show. I am a senior at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications at Arizona State University. I will be working various jobs from working the camera to doing play-by-play of games. I can't wait to see what unique stories there will be in this upcoming high school sports season and be able to cover all the different sports that every high school has to offer.
Chris Scott of RE/MAX is Central Oregon's best realtor for anyone thinking of a vacation home or relocation. He's our very own born and raised Phoenician who moved his family to Central Oregon nearly 15 years ago. Contact Chris if you're thinking of exploring beautiful Central Oregon. It truly is living at its best. 541-999-5614. Proud partner of the Varsity Sports Shows, it's Dylan.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Grace Armistead. I'm a sports journalism major and former athlete at the University of Arizona. I know what it takes to be an athlete, and I'm excited to represent Varsity Sports Show this semester to showcase our talented Arizona athletes. I can't wait to bring fire for our listeners this semester.
Ready to bring KDUS AM 1060 into your home with Alexa?
Hi, I'm Alexa.
Download the KDUS AM 1060 skill and enable. Then say, Alexa, open KDUS AM 1060.
This is where I start my day.
My name is Sebastian Mondaka, and you have come at the perfect time. Right now, we have Nate Bandon, Peoria High School's assistant coach for basketball, and a very great friend on call to tell us about his experience. Good morning, Nate. Can you hear us well?
Yes, I can hear you. How's it going?
Yo, I'm doing great, man. It's been a really blissful morning, and, it feels even more amazing to have you on the show, man. It's so awesome to have and hear you again, bro. As always, bro, how are you feeling, bro? Hopefully I didn't keep you waiting for long.
No, you did it, man. I hopped on quick. It's all good. I'm doing good. Obviously, even better with a win in a championship back to Peoria.
Absolutely. I want to touch on that as well. That's the reason why I wanted to bring you on the show, because you guys, like you mentioned before, your team recently won the 4A Boys State Championship game. Can you describe us the emotion?
Yeah, so the emotions were all over the place for me, because we went in 2020 when I went as an athlete. I used to play for Peoria High School, and we unfortunately lost that game to South Point Catholic. And then going back as a coach and an announcer for the school, and then putting my trust in some of the guys to give me that ring that I've always dreamed of, it was very emotional. And a lot of the guys were letting me know that they did it for me. They got me my ring. And it was just emotions all over the place.
You're about to make me cry, bro. But, I want to touch up on that as well, because, I don't want to forget the fact that you are also the freshman head coach for Peoria. Can you just tell us, how much you work to be in this position you are today?
Yeah, so I graduated in 2020, and I've always wanted to be around basketball. I wasn't blessed with, that D1 athlete body, but I love the game and being around it. And I took on the role as freshman head coach, and I think that role is very important, because with some of the guys that we have coming into Peoria High School, some of the guys we have coming into Peoria High School, they just need a little bit of guidance, and I feel like I'm a right fit for their guidance. Some of the guys that were on the varsity team also played on the freshman team while I was there. So seeing them, like how they developed, really motivated me on developing the freshmen that I got to be better people and to be better players and to know the value of the game.
Hey, Nate, how are you doing today? Jodeci here.
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much. So what were some highlights this season, in your opinion?
Some of the highlights this year were definitely announcing for me because I announced the varsity games. My voice is over the intercom. I take a lot of pride in that. And I've got a lot of calls about like internships for announcing for colleges. I got to do like NAIA announcing for college events for the CalPAC conference actually. But some of the best things were just being around the guys, seeing all the hard work they put in, and then like getting to see them on practice days and then getting to see them game days and the difference of demeanor in each of those days.
Oh, perfect. So now you talked about, being able in your personal career to, now kind of getting reached out to announce and you just starting out coaching. So what are some goals for you in the near future?
One of my biggest goals is to find a home where I can announce and make basically a career for myself there. Like Al McCoy for the Suns, everybody knows Al McCoy, and I think that will be a big dream of mine to do something like that. Obviously, I'm still young. I'm only 19. I turn 20 next month, but I got a lot of ways to do and a lot of different directions that I can go.
Nate, Coach Nate, I'm going to call you Coach Nate, but, you specify your young age. You're 19 years old. You're the same age as me, and, we have two, I would say similar path, but, we're diversing into our own separate ways. But, being at such a young age and you being a head coach, how much do you think, how much influence that had with you and the student athletes?
So that's a good point you brought up. Some of the guys, like, look at me like, man, you just graduated, like, 2 years ago, you're just a teen to us still, and it was really tough at first to show them that no, I'm your coach. I'm not your friend during practices. I'm here to guide you and make you better. And that's towards the first couple of weeks. Then they started getting it down, and then also creating bonds with the guys. Like some of the guys call me nonstop every day of the week, and hey, I need help with this. Hey, I need help with that. So I know deep down, even though some freshmen are hard-headed and stubborn, I know deep down that they call me when they need me, and I think that's what my job was to do.
Nate, Jodeci again. So you talked about, your young age and trying to find that balance to get that, leadership role for you. So other than that, really, what were some struggles for you and your players during the season?
Well, one of the biggest struggles was grades, and I think that's with every school. They're freshmen, obviously. They're coming in from a middle school or an elementary where grades aren't really an issue. But some of the guys who just couldn't seem to pass their classes, and the hardest part was relaying into them like, hey, your grades are first. Your grades are what's gonna make you go anywhere you want to go. If you can't pass your classes, you're not going to go anywhere you want. And I think that was tough. That was really, really hard. But I think I did a good job with that.
Coach Nate here. I want to, right before we touch at the very end here, I kind of want to bring up Jodeci brought it up here, but I still want to hear more into more depth into it. But your angles, what are your angles? Let's say 20 years from now. Let's see, you still you want to be coaching? Do you want to be coaching at the highest level at the NBA level, or would you like to be a well-known coach around the Valley here in Phoenix or in Arizona in general? What's your end goal?
So my major end goal, through the game of basketball, I want to start up my own AAU club organization. Right now, I currently work for Arizona Storm, which it's a huge organization. Hopefully, I can start my own, or maybe even take over that one, since my uncle is the commissioner of that one. But I think doing something like that and finding a bunch of sponsors and finding a bunch of donations that can support the program, so we can have a nonprofit organization where kids can come play and showcase their skills without worrying about the money like a lot of other club teams. And I think that's what would make my my organization different. So definitely in 20, 25 years, my end goal would be have the biggest AAU organization in the Valley or even in the U.S., wherever it takes off from there.
Absolutely, Nate. You know, at the end of the day, I'll be supporting you as much as I can, man. You're a great friend. You're a great ally. And I also want to thank you for joining the radio show. It's been a pleasure of mine to have you on board and see where life takes you after this, man.
Yeah.
I know you're on
Appreciate the
vacation
invite,
at
man.
Mexico right now, so I hope you
Appreciate the
enjoy
invite.
that.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Of course. Coming right up now, it's my own segment of AC High School highlights from around the Valley. Hit it, Aaron. Good morning, Arizona. Welcome to this segment presented by the Varsity Sports Show that features high school highlights from the Valley. Sebastian has some special news for you. Let's see what's in store today. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in on another episode of AC High School Highlights from the Valley. In this episode, we have Canyon de Oro's girls beach volleyball defeating Ironwood in comeback fashion. Lastly, we have boys baseball as Mountain Ridge cruises to victory against Mesa Mountain View. Here we go with a 21-19 and 21-8 victory over Ileana Coulter and Liana Felix. Brianna Craig and Amelia Reinholds gave Ironwood Ridge a 2-0 lead in the fourth flight. The third flight saw Canyon de Oro get things started with Madison Navarrete and Alina Nunes defeated Christina Bray and Amelia Cutting 21-14 and 21-18 to score the matchup at 2-2. Alexandra Chacombe and Michaela Martinez then defeated Cassandra Davis and Addison Honda 19-21, 20-15, and 15-12. Abby Gardner and Kylie Strang of Canyon de Oro defeated Ellie Manka and Melanie Merrill by scores of 25-23, 15-21, and 15-13 to claim victory in the first flight, ultimately winning 3-2 and completing the comeback for them. To finish it off, Tuesday afternoon saw another successful day for Mountain Ridge baseball, another strong outing from the pitchers, and achieving yet another victory. In the 6A contest at Mountain View, Smith Bailey pitched 6 strong innings to earn his third victory, and his teammates relied on walks and hit batsmen to score the majority of their runs as they defeated Mesa Mountain View 4-2 on the road. Mountain Ridge advanced to a 7-0 overall and 3-0 in power ranking games. Just 7 runs total has been given up by the Mountain Lions in those contests, and up until Tuesday, no game has seen more than 2. Mountain View is 3-5 overall, 1-1 in power rank. Those were your highlights of the week. As always, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for more.
All right, thank you so much, Sebastian. Sebastian, you're covering AZ school highlights. Being an Arizona native, how awesome is that for you?
You know, I think it's awesome as well because, you know, Vince gave me the opportunity to cover my own state. So obviously, I just want to turn in the best work that I can. And of course, you know, we have some more content from Vince. So Vince, take it away from here.
Hey guys, okay, so we are back at the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast here in downtown Carefree, Arizona. It is the most amazing place on earth, in my opinion. This is my town, and I put on my councilman hat today. I'm a councilman here in the town of Carefree, and I bet you didn't know that, Heather.
I did not know
Okay, and so we'll introduce our guests here in just a second, but come on out to the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast, Sanderson Pavilion. You can Google it. We're right in the middle of Carefree. You take Scottsdale Road north until it ends, literally 10 miles north of the 101. I am joined by Heather Baldwin from the Fountain Hills Saxophone Quartet, with the artists in residence at Desert Hills Presbyterian Church and the Desert Hills Community School of Music. Heather, talk to us a little bit about the school.
Sure. We just opened last summer, and we are on the campus of Desert Hills Presbyterian Church. We have classes for piano, all woodwinds, guitar, group classes, individual classes, and we have some phenomenal instructors there.
I'm a big saxophone fan. Clarence Clemens from the E Street Band and Bruce Springsteen, you know, rest in peace. So what's the interest level like with wind instruments with the sax?
Well, it's huge right now, and especially with the quartet representing the school. So we've got a lot of kids learning saxophone. We have a wonderful saxophone ensemble, which is unique to the school. We open it up to players of all ages from all over the valley to come just make music together, and that's led by Jeffrey Anthony, our soprano player in the quartet. And we've had people from ages 11 to 84 in that group of all levels just making music.
And with all the cutbacks in the schools, how important is it to maintain the interest in the arts and the role that you play with getting people engaged in musical instruments?
That's a big deal, especially now coming out of COVID, giving kids an opportunity to learn an instrument, to have creative expression, and most importantly, to make music together in community, live and in person, and getting them back out there.
How can people find out more about the Desert Hills Community School of Music?
They can go to www.deserthillsmusic.org.
Awesome. Well, there you go. Heather Baldwin from the Fountain Hills Saxophone Quartet, artists in residence, and at the Desert Hills Community School of Music, as well as Desert Hills Presbyterian Church here in beautiful Desert Hills community in Carefree, Cave Creek, and the surrounding communities. Guys, thanks again for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show.
Thank you.
Live from the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Breakfast out in Carefree, Arizona. Jodeci, Sebastian, turning it back over to you.
Thank you, Vince. So up next, we have Coach Jerry Carrillo from Cochise College, and we also have the Tempe Sports Report. We are going to break. Thank you so much for listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
Go Varsity.
Need social information about KDUS AM 1060? Try KDUS1060.com, at KDUS AM 1060 on Twitter, and Facebook.com/KDUS AM 1060.
Hi, my name is Maya Denise Gaskin, and I'm a 19-year-old student pursuing a degree in broadcast journalism at the University of Arizona. With a passion for sports and a strong background in dance and performance, I'm excited to pursue my dream of becoming a sports broadcaster. In addition to my professional experience, I have a track record of academic success and leadership throughout my community. I currently serve as your Miss Arizona Teen USA, and I'm eager to use my skills and talents to make a positive impact in the world of sports.
This is Coach Lucas Ramirez, and you are listening to the home of the Saguaro Sabercats, the Varsity Sports Show on AM 1060 KDUS.
Sports, sports, sports. Hello everyone, my name is Sebastian Mondaka, and it's a pleasure of mine to be a part of the Varsity Sports Show this spring. I'm a current undergraduate student studying at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication. I'm still unsure of what exactly I want to pursue in sports journalism. However, I hope to learn and advance my knowledge under the Varsity Sports Show and create great memories with you. Let's make this a great year and let's strive for greatness.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Your caddy, Ray Adams, takes you beyond the 18th hole on Saturday mornings with Great American Golf from 6 to 7 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Today I have a very special guest. I actually have my second interview that I've had for the JUCO Sports Report. I have Coach Jerry Carrillo, Cochise College men's basketball coach. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing okay. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, Coach. Doing great. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you taking out your time. You know, I know you're busy. You have a lot going on, and we're going to get to that this interview. My first question. So I remember we talked about you getting undefeated in the conference. Now, you ended up being 22-0. And once you got it, how did you feel? Did you let yourself soak that in?
Yeah, it was a good feeling for us and our team. You know, we went up and our last game was on the road at Scottsdale against a good team, and we had to play without our best player, the conference player of the year, Oscar Clough, had to sit out, and we went ahead and won, and we finished the regular season 22-0. It hadn't been done in our conference since the 94-95 season. Eastern Arizona College did it in 94-95, so that's a long time ago. It was the year before actually I started. It was 29 years ago when that happened, and along with that, it was our fifth straight ACC/AC conference title. So it was a 5-peat. So it was doubly good.
Now, Coach, you're saying all these goals, but you got another you had another prize. So you got inducted into the NJCAA Hall of Fame. Coach, how do you feel about that?
That was first and foremost, that was a surprise. Getting that award was a surprise, but it was like I said, we've been doing this for a long time here, and we've had a lot of great assistant coaches and a lot of great players come through our program. And 28 years ago, I've been doing this 28 years, and 28 years ago, Coach East wasn't very good. It was at the bottom of the league, and we've established a great culture, and we've been able to have a lot of success on and off the court. So it's a great honor for our program.
Hey, Coach, my name is Sebastian Mandaka, and you brought up 28 years as coaching in the college prep, and I want to bring up that longevity. Right under 3 decades working as head coach for Cochise College. What have you learned being there for so long?
That's a great question. One, just the fact that it's been a great place to work. It's been great to be in my family in the sense that, I've been able to do what I want to do, in the sense that my athletic director, who hired me, Dr. Hall, who's in the ACCAC Hall of Fame, he's in the NJCAA Baseball Coaches Hall of Fame. He gave me a lot of autonomy in the sense that he let us run the program the right way, without us looking over our shoulder, and he wanted us to recruit high-end student athletes and build that culture. We were able to do that, I think, in a positive way.
I want to bring up another interesting part that I'm kind of intrigued about. Whatever you can remember for your 28 years coaching, who were some of the best players that you coached at Cochise College?
That's a long laundry list. We've had a number of really good players.
Give me your top three.
Top three, that's tough. I mean, our first couple of teams that won the region back when everybody, our conference is a unique blend in this country and obviously people in Maricopa and people outside in the outer counties. A lot of people just don't know about it. Like back when I first started, we were all Division I. Now there's a split, so we're a unique conference because some of us are dorm schools, some of us are city schools, but we all play in the same conference during the regular season, and then in the postseason we split Division I and Division II. So back in the early 2000s when we were all Division I, some of our best players were from the state of New Mexico. We had Jay Collins from Farmington, New Mexico, Kevin Henry from Hobbs, New Mexico. They were really, really good players, and they went on to play Division I basketball. And then through the years, more modern, we had a young man from Australia, Nathan Sobey. And he was delivered to us from a former player who played for us in 2000s that went to Southern Utah, went to Australia, and played pro basketball in Australia. Nathan Sobey came to us in 2010, had a really good career for us 2 years, and then went on to the University of Wyoming, and is a professional in the NBL, the pro league in Australia. But he was on the Australian national team that won a bronze medal in the most recent Olympics in Tokyo. So I mean, and that same Olympiad, we had another young man from the Czech Republic who was also in the Olympics. So I mean, in the last Olympics, Coach East had 2 guys, representing their countries in a 12-team Olympic tournament. We were pretty proud of that.
Perfect, Coach. Thank you so much. So, you had going into playoffs. What was your mindset?
Well, I mean, we were the 1 seed going into it, and we played Mesa Community College for the third time in the semis in the 1-4 matchup, and we were fortunate to win a very close game last Saturday, a week ago Saturday, and we were hoping for a three-peat, our third straight region title, and and then we ran into a very good Arizona Western team on Monday night, and they beat us. I mean, they beat us fair and square, and we hadn't lost a game in 3 months. That's like a whole summer, right? So we had won 27 in a row, and they beat us for the Region 1 championship, and now they are playing today versus Salt Lake Community College in the district championship game for for a chance for the automatic bid to the national tournament. Okay. We are waiting right now. So tomorrow at 4:00 is very similar to the NCAA selection show. We are waiting tomorrow for the selection show to see if we can get one of the 8 at-large bids for the national tournament, due to the fact that as of right now we have the most NJCA wins in the country at 29.
Wow. Thank you so much, Coach Carrillo. This has been Coach Jerry Carrillo from Cochise College. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you. All right, up next, don't go anywhere. We have the Tempe Sports Report with Hannah.
Hello, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Hannah Pettiferry, and you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show segment of the Tempe Sports Report. The Tempe Sports Report is sponsored by Angry Crab Shack of Tempe, located near the I-10 and Warner Road. This week, I had the opportunity to talk to Jocelyn Brisky, who is the pitcher for Desert Vista High School's softball team. Jocelyn is committed to the University of Alabama and will be playing there very soon. Here's that interview with Jocelyn right now. What would you say is the most notable thing that has happened for you in softball throughout your high school years?
I'd say probably just the people that I've been able to meet and how different the high school experience is for softball rather than it is for club. It's more of a college type feel to it, practicing 6 days a week, always with your team and everything, and also going to school at the same time. The practices after school, it's just something different that I'm really glad that I was able to experience.
And then sort of piggybacking off of that, what aspect of the game have you most improved on throughout high school?
I'd say demeanor definitely being one, because we're playing more games more often and everyone's not going to be perfect all the time, and it's just holding my composure on the mound. Knowing that errors are going to happen and everything's going to be okay. And then I'd also say it is an endurance as well, just from being a pitcher and having to pitch more than I usually do, and longer. I mean, we play about probably 35 games in a season just within the 3 months, and that's a lot for a pitcher's arm. So building up the stamina to be able to go and pitch long like that.
What piece of advice would you give to someone who wants to play softball in high school or college?
I would say just keep working, because there is a spot for everyone. D1 isn't always the answer. There's amazing NAIA, JUCOs, D3s, D2s, but there is a spot for everyone. There's hundreds of schools out there. And even if you don't make your varsity team in high school, just keep trying out each year and keep working, because you never know what could happen.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Once again, that was Jocelyn Brisky, pitcher for Desert Mountain, and she will be continuing her softball career at the University of Alabama. Well, folks, that's all I have for the Tempe Sports Report for this week. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next week on the Varsity Sports Show. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend, and this is Hannah signing off.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Sebastian Mondacco, and of course, great segment there from Hannah, presented by the Angry Crab Shack. Jodeci, recap what we just had right now.
We had Hannah with the Tempe Sports Report, and honestly, today has been a great day. We've had so many live guests. Everybody has been amazing. We've had a good, range of sports. We've talked about baseball, we did basketball, and we've had everybody's pre-record. So just really great work from everybody involved.
Of course, that's what we are. We are a unit. We're a team together. We're all locked in. All hands are on deck. That's what makes the Varsity Sports Show something so special. And, of course, we always have some more content coming right up. We have 15 minutes left in this radio show. Let's end it with the strong push. We have coming right up the Beaching with Beal. 2021. We have he's going to be on the Comrex, and then we have Vince with Comrex with guests For the Love of the Story, Nancy Friend and John Anderson. We have so much left to go over with. Jodeci, are you excited for that?
I'm excited. I'm ready.
I'm ready as well. I'm ready to hear what's going to happen. Vince, always great at directing these meetings, these one-on-one interviews, rather, and I always love to learn from what he likes to say. So, Vince, I hope if you're listening to this right now, I can't wait to hear what you're saying. We'll be back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Easy Sports Talk with former NFL and MLB player Ed Smith and co-host Javon Adams airs Saturday mornings 10 to noon on KDUS AM 1060.
Hey guys, Vince here to talk to you about a good friend of mine named Bob Jenkins. Bob is a Marine Corps veteran. Bob and his younger brother DJ own Vets Built Contracting. You've seen their trucks around Metro Phoenix, I'm sure. For 5 years, they've been hiring and putting veterans to work. Vets Built is licensed, bonded, and insured, both residential and commercial, specializing in renovations, remodeling, new build, casitas, safe rooms, or small commercial TI work. If you're a skilled veteran looking for work, a homeowner in need of work, or a commercial business needing TI work, please call Bob or DJ at Vets Built at 480-584-3675.
Hey, local businesses, join the Varsity Sports Show and promote your business on our weekly radio show and game live streams. We have several options to promote your business affordably and reach our incredible audience. Call, text, or email us anytime if you'd like more information on joining our team. The Varsity Sports Show will work hard to promote your business through our audio and video platforms while also promoting all of our young people. 480-779-9437 or email us at varsitysportshow.com. In 2019, the JV Sports Show podcast began with the idea of spotlighting young people in our community. In time, that podcast evolved into radio, television, and live stream, and through that evolution, new ideas have enhanced delivery, giving a stage to students both in front of and behind the microphone in Arizona and beyond. Thank you for supporting the Varsity Sports Show, now the Varsity Media Foundation, a 501c3 educational organization.
Hey everyone, my name is Eric Castellan, and thank you for tuning in to the Varsity Sports Show. I am currently a senior at Arizona State University, attending the Walter Cronkite School of Mass Communications and Journalism. I'm originally from California, but I moved to Arizona because of all the sports that are available out here, and I can't wait to bring you all the high school sports that we cover, whether you're listening or watching. Stay tuned.
Tune in weekdays to the Sports Zone with Bob Kemp from 9 to 10 a.m. on KDUS AM 1060, KDUS1060.com, and with the KDUS 1060 app.
And now it's time for Beachin' with Beal. Random thoughts from a real Orange County, California surfer guy, Mike Beal. The opinions expressed during the segment in no way represent those of KDUS AM 1060 Arizona, the Varsity Sports Show, its host, or its listeners. Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show, AM 1060 KDUS Arizona. Vince DeLisio joined by our bi-weekly segment, the Beachin' with Beal Southern California Surf Report, my old friend Mike Beal, who is in Costa Mesa, Orange County. Mike, how are you, sir?
I'm good, Vince. I was just thinking, it seems like yesterday since I met you, when you were selling encyclopedias door to door. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. You've come a long way.
I have. We have in this journey together, haven't we? You know,
we have.
It's been a partnership, and look at us today. So you've got your own segment. You're probably capitalizing on that as you hit the senior pickleball tournament out there and doing all of your surfing and things. All right, Mike, let's get down to business today because, as you know, airtime is very expensive, and we don't want to waste any of it. So let's talk a little bit about the beach. First of all, you guys have had some storms in Southern California. What's going on out there?
Yeah, it's another rainy day schedule, Vince. And so I told our listeners, I learned the hard way many years ago that you can't surf after it rains because it makes you sick. But anyway, I was looking at the cams this morning, and there are some rookies out there that haven't learned that lesson. but the surf actually looks pretty good. I wish I was going. So instead, I am going to go to a place called Mount Baldy today. It's sort of like the Bunny Hill at Snowball in Flagstaff, and we're going to check that out. As a matter of fact, we're going to drive through your old hometown, Chino Hills, where you and the Ball brothers grew up together. I think.
Yes, there we go. All right. So that being said, I want to introduce our guests, and they are from an amazing organization. For the Love of Story, it's Nancy Goodfriend and John Anderson. Nancy, John. You guys kind of have a little bit of a roadshow in that you're storytellers, and you're amazing storytellers. First of all, good morning. And Nancy, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about For the Love of Story.
Thanks so much, Vince. We want to let people know about this special show we're doing 2 weeks from today, and it's called For the Love of Story. It's going to be right here at the beautiful Sanderson Pavilion, where we're broadcasting from. And For the Love of Story is local writers and some award-winning authors. They're going to share their true life stories here, outdoor, on the stage. And the stories are all different. Some are hilarious, some are hysterical. Some are inspiring, adventurous. We'll hear about one treacherous mountain climb on Alaska's, North America's highest peak, Mount Denali.
Is this the guy to your left here?
This is the guy.
You made it sound like he didn't make it out alive, but he's sitting here. This is John Anderson here. John, wow. Okay.
And he has this incredible story about climbing Mount Denali, and he worked there. He was actually a mountain guide for 2 years. So he's going to talk a little bit about that. All the stories are true, riveting adventures performed by their authors. This is real life. This isn't fiction.
Yeah.
And it's a great show. It's free. We're doing it for the community because we want to bring the community together in hearing neighbors' stories and authors' stories that live nearby. They're all local.
Yeah.
So come and you'll laugh. You'll be inspired. You'll fall off your seat on some of the stories.
Wow.
And have a wonderful afternoon. Bring friends. Again, it's March 25th at 3 o'clock. The weather should be great.
Yeah.
And it'll be a really special time for the community. So come on down.
John, give us a little preview of your adventure, because when I met you, you walked up this morning. You said you spent some time in Alaska, and I said, are you a native? Are you from Alaska? And you said, oh God, no. But so tell us a little bit about that adventure.
I worked as a guide on Denali for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Essentially, we were chief cook and bottle washers for clients to try to get up to the summit, 20,000 feet, which is just under 5 miles high.
Yeah.
It is. It's a. They have climbers who will do the 7 summits, so they say, the tallest peak on each continent, and Denali is the American version of that. So,
wow.
People from all over the world. They're Koreans, South Americans, Germans.
And they pay a lot of money to go on
Denali. How do I get a piece of that? Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Man. Yeah. Okay. And so, all right, so this great adventure on Denali is one of the stories, and you obviously made it out alive. I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here. But I mean, what were some?
Close.
Well, yeah. What were some things like? Were you like literally hanging on? You know, oh my gosh, you know, I could take a spill at any moment now, and I'm going down this hill, or what?
I could read you just a short excerpt.
Please read an excerpt. Yes, excerpt.
So we're on our way down with some cargo that had to be brought in. The weather was so bad the planes couldn't fly.
Okay.
So. We were on the trail early the next morning.
Yeah.
As we slept, 4 inches of snow had fallen, and by 10 a.m., the wind had picked up again. We were now in a mini ground blizzard. Mary was still roped up front to the sled. She was about 20 feet ahead of me and would disappear into a cloud of snow for as long as 10 minutes at a time. I'd get a glimpse of her red parka coming in and out of the whiteness ahead. The tug on the rope was the only thing that let me know she was still safe.
Wow.
That's a tidbit. You got to show up to hear the rest
You got
of
to
the
show
story.
up on the 25th here at Sanderson Pavilion here in the town of Carefree to hear this. And Nancy, what do you want to add there?
Well, what I was going to say is Denali would impress me because I used to live up near Mammoth and I know about tall mountains.
Yeah.
But Denali is almost 5 miles high, just to give you a sense of the scale. And so that's one of the big stories we're going to have. We also, because the 50th anniversary, I believe, is coming up of withdrawal from Vietnam.
Okay.
We have a veteran talking about the music that kept these guys going in Vietnam. And a lot of it's rock and roll. It's a fascinating story. This author, talks about that.
It's a moving piece. It really is.
Yeah. And so all the stories are different. And it's just live theater, and it's free, and it's going to be a really great, fun show.
How many of these do you do throughout the year?
Really, only about one, because they take a lot of work.
Yeah.
They
And
take a lot of work.
You're a Carefree resident, aren't you?
I am.
Did you
Yeah.
vote for me?
I did.
Oh, wow. All right. Wonderful, man. Oh, that's exciting. Okay. Thank you. All
And
right.
for Mayor John.
Oh yeah, John Crane. Of course, everybody loves John Crane. I'm like the redheaded stepchild, but that's okay. Hey, you know what they call a doctor that finishes last in medical school, right?
Doctor,
exactly. See, that's kind of me. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning, folks. Come
Thank
on
you
out for
for
the Love of
having
Story 2 weeks from today at 3 p.m. Sanderson Pavilion here in Carefree. It is 100% free, my favorite price, and you're going to hear some amazing, powerful stories from some amazing, powerful people. Nancy Goodfriend and John Anderson, thanks again for joining us from the Love of Story, for the Love of Story. And guys, we're wrapping up another show out here live from the Kiwanis Club of Carefree Pancake Breakfast. A lot of money was raised out here. They'll be out here till 11 o'clock. If you're anywhere near, within a half hour, jump in your car, come on out. You'll have some amazing breakfast and meet some amazing people, wonderful people here for the Kiwanis, and proceeds benefit our kids everywhere. And it's just a wonderful event. Guys, this is Vince from my hometown of Carefree, Arizona. I'm going to turn it back to the studio here shortly with Sebastian and Jodeci. Amazing show, guys. Nice job co-hosting from the studio. Back to you.
But thank you, Vince, for the comments. Literally being my third time, all this is just really repetitive. And, continuing on what you think it's great. And obviously having all these great, my great co-host, of course, with Jodeci, and all these great guests who spent some of their time. It's not easy, because being a university student, the hard part of the day is getting up. Just getting out of your bed, making your bed, adjusting your lifestyle, and just getting straight to work. It's all the hard part. It really, once you get inside the studio, really all these feelings goes inside of me, and I feel very happy. And obviously, I at the bottom of my heart, I thank Vince for giving me the opportunity. This is my third time. There's so much I could say. It's my third time, and obviously, I expect more opportunities, my fourth, fifth, and for the rest of my semester, and for the rest of the time I have here with Varsity Sports Show. Jodeci, what did you think of today's sports show?
Yeah, today's been a great show. We had some amazing guests. We had some amazing talks with all the guests, really, getting the feedback, interacting with a lot of people throughout all of Arizona, really, has been great. And, all of the recordings from all of the fellow coworkers from this internship, they've all done amazing job today and, previous weeks and the whole internship, really. So we've been really fortunate enough to really have these guests coming back, building relationships with people throughout Arizona.
Yeah, and I also want to imply this towards our audience. You guys, if you guys are a coach for a specific high school, or some special stuff you want coverage on, that's what we're made of. That's our purpose. We like to provide coverage to you guys. And overall, it's a 50-50 balance. We work with each other. We get the balance out there. And if you're ever interested in working with the Varsity Sports Show, just give Vince a call. He's always available to you, and he's always available towards everyone. My name is Sebastian. Thank you. Jodeci, back to you.
All right. I always want to remind our listeners to visit the Varsity Sports Show to stay updated on all of our broadcasts and content. Next up, we have Coach Ed Smith and Javon Adams with the Easy Sports Radio Show from 10 to 12. Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show. See you next week.
Go Varsity.
Thank you for listening to the Varsity Sports Show, where our mission is to empower education and enable dreams, creating an unmatched platform to showcase talent both in front of and behind the microphone in radio, television, podcast, and live streaming. The Varsity Sports Show, still your home for youth, high school, college, and you in Arizona and beyond.
Broadcasting from the Superbook Sports Studios, KTUS AM 1060 Tempe, Phoenix, and KSLX HD2 Scottsdale, Phoenix.
42 million Americans struggle with hunger, yet 35% of the food in this country is wasted. Those aren't just numbers, they're our neighbors, your daughter's friend from school.